Hey, human family, how are you? It's Darren. Welcome to another episode of Fully Alive Again. You guys, today I want to share with you an analyzation of Amber Heard and her behavior and traits and characteristics throughout her relationship with Johnny Depp and the current defamation trial that's going on. They provide ample resources of 8 warning flags about a covert narcissist. So let's do what we do and dive deep.
No tears, no fears, fully alive again after this years.
You guys, there were so many red flags in their relationship and so many narcissistic behaviors from Amber that are screaming that she's a narcissist. Now, I want you to know right from the jump of this video that when I say narcissist, I'm referring to sociopaths, psychopaths, dark triads, borderline, you name it. Anything in the cluster B family. Anything that is parasitic and wishes harm on other people and lacks empathy. These people are all the same rolled up into one. They just exhibit different traits and characteristics at different times, contingent on who they are around and who is their target and what their objectives are. So you can categorize their behavior at different times, different stages at their lives, different interactions with different targets, and come up with a plethora of names and examples to create a buffet of cluster B titles. But these people are really rolled into one. So when I say narcissists throughout my channel, I'm talking about people who are parasitic, that are malignant and want to cause harm to other people. They want to destroy people. This is why I often call them Luciferian agents of chaos. All right, you guys? And these evil monsters can come in really pretty packages. I mean, just look at her. Just look at her. She's like a butterfly. Sweetest thing you ever seen. She's just floating around. Just a beautiful woman. Just floating around. Shitting rainbows, butterflies, and unicorns. She ain't never done nothing to nobody. Well, let's take a look. Let's start with red flag number 1, the victim Olympics. All narcissists are competing in the victim Olympics. This is what they do. And sometimes they go for the gold, and sometimes they'll settle for no medal or just accept the bronze. But they are in the victim games. Rest assured. This next audio piece of a conversation, a phone conversation with Amber and Johnny, exhibits this type of behavior on a dime. So let's take a listen.
You can please tell people that it was a fair fight and see what the jury and judge thinks. Tell the world, Johnny. Tell them, Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp, man, I'm a victim too of domestic violence, and yes. It's a fair fight. And see how many people believe or side with you.
It doesn't matter if it's for fair fight. My ass.
Exactly, because you're bigger and you're stronger. And so when I say that I thought you could kill me, that doesn't mean you counter with you also that you lost your own finger. I am not trying to attack you here. I'm just trying to point out the fact of why I said call 911. Because you had your hands on me after you threw a phone in my face, and it's gotten crazy in the past, and I truly thought I need to stop this madness before I get hurt.
Oh my God.
And I never think about myself that way. I never defend myself that way. I never see myself as a victim. It's too fault,
Oh my God is right, Johnny. I feel your pain. Do you guys see how she just flew right over his injury took no responsibility, and then started her projecting and flipped the script and played the ultimate victim who has all of her fingertips. But that he lost his fingertips simply didn't matter, because I'm the real victim, because I ain't never done nothing to nobody. It is absolutely astonishing how these people see themselves in the world. It is mind-boggling. And please don't misconstrue, I'm not saying Johnny's a perfect angel. I'm certainly not saying Johnny's just a swell guy. And I know a lot of ladies in the world look at him that way, but he's got some issues. But he's certainly not a wife beater or an abusive man physically. He definitely has a substance problem and an alcohol problem. But that's not what he's on trial for now, is it? So let's continue, you guys.
What's up with Amber Heard seemingly sniffing something when she took the stand? In this clip that has now gone viral, you can see Amber use a napkin to intensely sniff or shove something up her nose. It's not like she was blowing her nose, since there seems to be some kind of force going there, and she proceeds to wipe her nose with her hand after. Well, many people believe that she's doing coke on the stand. TMZ spoke about this and said that these are outlandish claims, and to be honest, I don't think that Amber would have the balls to literally do coke on the stand, especially when her entire argument revolves around how Johnny Depp is an angry druggie who has hurt her because of his issues. However, I don't think that she's innocent by any means. I believe that she was sniffing something, to say the least. I think that it was some sort of irritant to help her appear more flushed and teary-eyed to the jury and court. Some have even speculated that she was sniffing liquid nitrogen, because apparently it's an old trick used on movie sets to help actors cry easily in more emotional scenes.
Amber ain't playing. She's trying to take that gold from Jada Pinkett Smith, trying to run up and get it from Meghan Markle. She's in the game to win it. Isn't that extraordinary, you guys? This is the level of victimhood these people will go through. There are no limitations. There really aren't. And it gets worse.
Now, another thing that people noticed during this sniffing fiasco is how Amber appeared to pose for a photo, and she did this in the least subtle way possible, as you can see here. You can also hear and see the camera flashes and how she stops posing once the photographers took their pictures.
And after you both returned to...
And I've seen people with PhDs sit there with a straight face and argue, does a narcissist know what they're doing? Oh my goodness. Can you believe this? Did you see how she looked and waited and paused? Rewind this and take a look at that again. It is absolutely stunning. This is what I mean. They know they're playing the victim, you guys. That's why I say we treat these people with kid gloves. She is destroying this man's life. Do you know the wake of chaos she's left behind? This woman knows exactly what she's doing. It's shocking to me how we grossly underestimate just how cunning and how destructive these people are. She knows exactly what she's doing. So let's move on to number 2, the red flag number 2, love bombing. You see, for those of you listening that are new to the narcissistic abuse community, love bombing is the way that a person behaves in the beginning of your relationship and or throughout your relationship when they're trying to cover up something or want something. They shower you with kindness, with gifts, with love, with sex, with compliments, etc. They figure out how they can get into your mind to create a road of trust, to get you to let your guard down and put you in a compromising position. Love bombing works because you're so enamored by this person. You're so smitten by this person that you really can't see the demon that is next to you. And Johnny explains his relationship with her in the beginning of their relationship, what she was doing. And these are textbook tactics of love bombing. So let's take a look.
It's quite a lot. Dilemma at some point. For example, if I worked quite a lot, and when I would come home from work, I would come in the house or the hotel, and she would sit me down on the couch and give me a glass of wine and take my boots off, set them to the side, and I'd never experienced anything like that in my life. I just never thought I just never experienced that before. And it became a regular thing that she did, this kind of routine.
Now, this is a teen idol, cinema leading man, heartthrob across the globe, and he's never experienced that before. Perhaps, just maybe, because he's never been in a relationship with a demon before. That's love bombing, you guys. They find out what you've never experienced by evaluating you, analyzing you, and then they do something that blows your mind, be it sexually, be it through a gift, be it through a note or a thought or something that they said. They're clever in the beginning. Does that make sense? All right, you guys, let's move on to red flag 3. Red flag number 3 is word salad and crazy making. That's what these people do, especially a female narcissist. They are always talking about somebody else, what they did, what their friend did. She's such a slut. She's a whore. Man, she lies. She does this. They're always telling the dirt on their friends and what they're doing to camouflage what they're doing. And they do this crazy making in the craziest way. When their mouth is running, they're going to throw, and they even do it through texts and through emails. They'll just bring up different topics of things or pepper in something to get you to think or ponder, just to get you to say, what the fuck was that? What did that mean? What did she mean by that? What did he mean by that? Just because they get a little jolly from that, they're really powerful by doing stupid shit. So they'll just say stupid stuff to make you think or to throw your focus off. It's and it can be maddening over time. A little bit of poison every day is lethal. Here's a perfect example of Amber doing this on the stand.
Aside from the blatant lying in court, she's also saying such bizarre things that have people go like, what? In this clip, she's extremely emotional while saying, my dog stepped on a bee. And then Johnny's lawyer chimes in saying, objection, relevance.
My dog stepped on a bee.
Objection, relevance.
Because truly, how is that relevant?
And did you see her gesticulations to go along with that? This is a perfect example of crazy making. It's a perfect example of word salad. Whenever you're paying attention to someone, or let me rephrase this, pay attention to the people that you're in communications with and pay attention to their texts. And if you find things that don't fit in a conversation or just peppered in or an overload of information, that isn't pertinent or relevant to the conversation you were having, you very well may be experiencing word salad and a person attempting to get into your head, manipulate your mind, gaslight you, and make you crazy. Now, here's another example of this. The example is called reactive abuse. When a person is being emotionally abused and gaslit, they become very stressed out, very stressful, and very angry. And often when you're in a relationship with a narcissist, anger is the only emotion that you have left or that you feel free to use, because so much of who you are, so many emotions are being destroyed. But it causes people to react negatively. That's part of the crazy making. And then you start to reflect unto yourself, or rather you start to reflect on yourself and start to wonder if you are an asshole or a narcissist because of the way that you've responded to the crazy making in emotional abuse. Here's an article about reactive abuse and how it happens. All right, you guys, so let's take a look at this real quick. As you can see, it states, what is reactive abuse? Everything you need to know about reactive abuse. Instance of verbal, emotional, or physical abuse, extremely stressful and traumatic for victims. During an act of abuse or violence, it is common for an abused person to lash out towards their abuser. They may scream, cry, use insults, or even physically defend themselves against the attacker. In turn, the assailant may retaliate against them by claiming that the victim is in fact the abuser. This is called reactive abuse, informally referred to as gaslighting. Reactive abuse is extremely dangerous for the victim of sexual assault, as it allows abusers to hold something against them. However, reactive abuse can also occur in situations of verbal abuse, psychological abuse, or physical abuse. You see, guys, millions of other men and women who become verbally abusive or start to self-destruct through food, drugs, or sex are responding to the initial abuse. And then it goes into what causes an abused person to have reactive abuse outbursts, etc., etc. What causes the assailant to reactively abuse? Narcissistic abuse. Boom. Right there. Many people are completely oblivious to the side effects and symptoms of being gaslit, the crazy making, the word salad, the emotional abuse has an effect. We live in a cause and effect universe. All right, you guys, we will continue the next 4 on tomorrow's show, part 2. Okay? I deeply appreciate you guys stopping by today. I got nothing but love for you. I really do. I so much love this community we have. I mean, I am digging it 100%, you guys. Each and every one of you are deeply appreciated. And if you got some value or inspiration out of this today, or you were entertained, please give a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. Leave a comment with what you thought about, if you agree or disagree or have any other questions or requests. And always remember, it's better to be used, abused, gaslit, crazy made by a narcissist than to be an ass clown narcissist. So walk tall, you guys. Stand up for yourself, love yourself, and live your life. And until next time, peace. Be well.